January, News 19 did a special investigative story on how South Carolina ended up with the only all-male Supreme Court in the country. Well, now the Judicial Merit Selection Commission has announced a list of 6 candidates for the open seat. 3 of those candidates are women. Tonight we wanted to give you a closer look at each of the candidates and tell you a little bit about them. Let's start with Judge Ralph Anderson III. He's from right here in Columbia. He began his legal career at South Carolina at the Attorney General's office as a prosecutor, and he became an administrative law judge in 1994. In 2009, he was elected as the chief administrative law judge, and that's where he still is tonight. Now let's move on to Judge Blake Hwit. He's from Conway. He's been serving on the Court of Appeals since 2020. Prior to that, he was a general litigation attorney, and he also clerked for former Chief Justice Jean Toll. Now, next on the list of these 6 potential Supreme Court seats, Deadra Jefferson from Charleston. She was elected as the residential family court judge for the 9th Judicial Circuit. That was back in 2001. She has served in that position ever since. Next on the list, Judge R. Keith Kelly. He's from Spartanburg. He's a military veteran. He has served in the Army. He was also elected to the South Carolina State House to represent Spartanburg. If his name sounds familiar, that's probably why. And then he was elected as a circuit court judge back in 2013. And speaking of names sounding familiar, let's talk about Judge Joselyn Newman. She's from here in Columbia. And again, she is the daughter of Judge Clifton Newman, who of course presided over the Alec Murdaugh murder trial. Judge Newman was elected to the circuit court in 2016. And finally, let's get to Judge Leticia Vernon. She's from Greenville and was an attorney for the 8th Circuit Solicitor and then the 13th Circuit Solicitor's Office. She was elected to the family court as resident judge back in 2008 and was elected to be a circuit court judge in 2011. Now, previously we reported that Chief Justice Donald Beatty will retire from this court. He has reached that mandatory age of retirement. Justice John Kittredge has already been named to take over his seat. So technically these are the people running for Kittredge's seat. The selection committee is scheduled to meet on May 9th. The Judicial Merit Selection Commission will narrow this list of 6 down to 3. And then, as we explained in our previous reporting, the legislature will make that final decision on who will take that empty Supreme Court seat. Of course, News 19 is going to continue to follow this story.